Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being with me here today. This is your channel, Blossoming Souls. It is Sunday, May 5th. For those of you who celebrate Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo. It is a wonderful opportunity to gather on this channel, to share energy, to share the love, to deliver messages from Spirit that we so need to hear, to learn, to grow, and to be a part of this great big journey together. It is my honor, my joy always to be here with you today and every day. Let's take a moment to take a few breaths in and out. In through your nose, out through your mouth, feeling your shoulders rise and fall. And keep breathing as I say an affirmation for all of us. I am love. I am light. I am worthy of receiving the best so I can live my best life. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am intelligent. I am a creator of my path. I am a destroyer of all that doesn't belong. I am, therefore, I am. It feels good to release things that don't belong with us. And this morning I'm feeling a sense of sort of, not a lull, but kind of like a rest at the end of a marathon, sort of, is what I'm feeling. And so I have been in meditation this morning, and I was sensing and feeling total paradigm shift. And it amazes me, it's very interesting to know that these messages always confirm what I've been feeling and what I've been sensing. And right now I'm sensing a very real shift in our energy, something that has needed to be lifted from us, a burden. And I know that I talk about that a lot, and I know a lot of other readers do too. But that's because there is always some shift in our lives. There's always something that has to be shifted and moved, and maybe our energy needs to be organized somehow, if that's a thing. But it sort of feels like this energy is right here upon us, okay? I'm going to read from I felt the need to read from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And this is always a really good deck to read from. I'm also going to check in with our energy and see where our energy is. And then we will get guidance and clarification from Spirit, okay? I'm going to first look at the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and see what Spirit has to say for all of us. And by the way, my backdrop today is a painting that I'm working on. I'm still not quite finished, but I was feeling the energy of paradise and maybe some much needed rest and rejuvenation. And so I was painting this over the last week, and I have to put some finishing touches on it, but this is kind of what I came up with, what the energy led me to paint. And so as we shuffle, we're asking Spirit, what is the message that you have for us today? And does it relate to rest and rejuvenation? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling. Show us the way, guides. Okay. Lady of the Lightning pops in. Surprises, sometimes shock. Total paradigm shift. Okay. I want to tell you that that matches exactly what I was saying. This is what I've been feeling. And in some ways, I feel like I was detached for the last week or so. And I couldn't figure out, what am I detached from? It's kind of like when you're craving something, but you don't quite know what it is. And that's what was going on with me. I kept saying, okay, I'm here, God. What is it that you want me to know? I feel like there's sort of a disconnect somehow. Not that I was going away from my beliefs or anything like that, but sort of sometimes if you ever notice, you feel so connected and so just like you embody the presence of your divine creator, if any of you can relate to that. And sometimes you feel like, okay, where is it? Where's that feeling? I miss that feeling. But this card, surprise, shock, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. To me, this feels very much like an energy is being totally, how do I say it? Purified, or if you ever notice, if you hear that term whitewashing, whitewash a fence or something, you're cleaning it, you're making it pure, you're making it look nice and bright again, right? It feels like within ourselves, and it could be a situation outside of yourselves that's going to be totally different. Something is totally changing in our lives, okay? And Spirit is saying that from the energy cards here, I asked for an explanation for that, and Spirit said rest and rejuvenation is what's going on. Look at number 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. This person is resting, and I said, what comes on the heels of this? What is this? Surprise, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. And Spirit said rejuvenation comes from this. Much needed rejuvenation. And so there is a cleansing, a purification, something going from maybe even lack to a surplus. There could be a shift in at where you work, but you are involved. And so this total paradigm shift is about a total transformation in regards to, in this case, I don't feel like it's your perspective. These messages are a lot of times they're about the shift is with our own perspective, but it's not. I mean, I feel like it could be a little bit, but for the most part, it's a shift in circumstances. Total paradigm shift, and it changes you. It could shake some of you to the core, and that's not a bad thing. That is as it should be, because Spirit is saying this total paradigm shift, it is part of a blessing, a manifestation, that's something you've asked for that is coming in. And it feels like whatever this is, you have asked for this, and this is part of the transformation that's coming in with that, okay? Remember, you are your own creator of your, you're the decision maker, what you want good or bad to happen in your life, right? Because we are magnets to the universe. Our thoughts are our prayers. I do believe a lot of us have graduated from being doubters and naysayers to positivity, to positive beings of light, right? And if you're not, it's coming. In more clarification, I'm asking Spirit to give us more clarification on this. Look, ask your guides. I'm using this one for clarification. And the card that popped out was Divine Goddess, Pleasure, right? There is a very real sense of something turning in your favor, okay? And I will ask a timeline on that, and I'm hearing June. So it could be right around the corner. Now, sometimes when I feel, when I ask for a timeline, it will tell me a month. Sometimes I will hear that. If I can get a year, if it could be this year, I will let you know. I do feel like it's pending though. impending. It's a something that's happening soon. So in my heart, I do feel this June for a lot of us that this is taking place. Some of the other, let me just shuffle more in this deck of Ask Your Guides, because I do feel like there is something coming out. Okay. Okay. Our higher self is here because look at, we get the Judgment card and the Truth card. Okay. It feels like, yeah. Okay. So what I feel with this Judgment card for our higher self is that is a total shift within ourselves. No more judging ourselves, no more judgment. But I also feel like this is a something that is due to you, something that has been long awaited discovery. I was hearing prize as well. And this reminds me, that's a microscope right there. It looks like it's a magnifying glass, right? So it looks like something deep within. You know what I'm also hearing? This is interesting. You know the movie Mary Poppins? A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. I feel like there's goodness. It's a sweet victory. It's a sweet healing. That's what this is with your higher self. This Judgment card, there's a sweet healing here. There's a sweetness to something that you thought had gone sour. That's what I'm hearing. A troubling circumstance that you've been in has humbled you. It has brought you to a place where you just, you know, you're like, I never thought I could be in this situation. But Spirit says, look at, something sweet follows though, something blessed. And the truth within yourself reveals, brings to you your manifestation, a manifestation coming through for you, a healing, a sense of oneness and closeness with yourself, right? I am one with my truth. I am one with the ultimate energy of self-love. I'm one with me. And I am aligning body, mind, spirit, as above, so below. And so your truth, as you've been healing, as you've been working on your inner self, your truth comes to the surface. And the truth is, guys, this is the truth, okay? For all of us. The truth is, all of the miracles, all the manifestations that you've been feeling as if they're out of reach, they were only out of reach because we had to heal within. We had to heal ourselves within. We have to pay attention to our soul. We have to nurture our soul. We have to treat our soul like we are in a luxurious energy, giving ourselves time for ourselves, making time for ourselves, giving ourselves gifts. I bought myself flowers the other day. I put them on the table. I had them. They lasted for 2 weeks and they were beautiful. And I did that for me because I love me. And so the inner truth, your inner truth, is that you are a miracle. You are the manifestations. You are the wizard behind the curtain that creates things for yourself. You are a giver of all of the gifts given to you. Yes, God, yes. But God has given you the ultimate gift, the gift to give to you, the gift of self-love, the gift of truth, the gift of miraculous discoveries. You are all of those things. We talk about that as readers, as spiritual beings of light. We talk about truth. We talk about gifts. We talk about how to manifest. There's so much content out there, how to manifest, and it's great. A lot of it is great. But the core ingredient here is belief and love for yourself. Once you master that, the key to manifestation, the key to spiritual oneness, closeness, spiritual intelligence, that is the key that unlocks all of those things for you, for me, for all of us. We are miraculous. We are miracles. Miracles are normal. And I feel like people, and I always have believed miracles are for those who are blessed. Miracles are within us. Miracles are us. We are miracles. I'm just telling you what Spirit is telling me, okay? I feel like there's been a competition, okay? Because we did get the competition card here. You ever see, I don't know, when I was younger, I saw those cartoons with a devil on one side of the shoulder, an angel on the other, and the person is listening to both sides, right? Or the character. And so I feel like that's kind of how this has been, a tug of war, like a competition. Like, do I doubt? Do I believe? Do I doubt? Do I believe? Do I trust myself or do I doubt myself? And so Spirit is saying, no more tug of war. We are here to help you, to move your energy, to guide you, to help you find yourself. And believe me, a lot of you have been working on that. I do understand that. I do know that. A lot of you have been in survival mode, right? You've been in survival mode and feel like you've been at the bottom, scraping the barrel. I have been in situations where I have had to, this was years ago, when I was barely an adult, when I've had to scrape together spare change to buy milk or something. I've had to turn in cans for recycling so I could have the money for food or whatever it was. And I know how that is. And so Spirit is saying it feels like a lot of you have been in survival mode, not knowing that all this time there is sustenance, there is bountiful blessings right here. Almost like it's in your right hand, but you're looking at your left. And Spirit is saying, you need not be in that place of desperation any longer. This is not, it's just divine timing, how it turns out that Holy Spirit comes in with grace to lift you out of these situations. But not only Spirit lifting you, Spirit and you as a team moving away from the tumultuous life and moving into something beautiful. I know that some of you are going through things right now in your lives and you're making real changes. Some of you are actually moving physically, moving away from something that was not good for you, moving away from that life, or it could be a person or people or a job. But you're actually taking those steps, and Spirit says, look what this brings in. New life, as if you're birthing something new. Divine Mother is here, right? So to me, Spirit is saying for all of us, you're birthing something new by making those decisions, by realizing your strength, by realizing your truth, by understanding that you are a miracle. Some of you wait for signs to fall from heaven or fall from the ethers to tell you, here it is, right here, right in your face. And sometimes that does happen, but Spirit is saying, the energy is right for you to make those decisions and to be blessed by taking those steps. Taking the steps, even if it's baby steps. Pardon me while I take a sip of water. You are your own master teacher, right? You're in charge of your own. I'm going to wake up in a good mood today. I'm going to wake up in a bad mood today. I'm going to not let this affect me. I'm going to rise above. And so Spirit says, a lot of us have not harnessed our our inner truths, our inner power, so to speak. We have been in restriction in our mind, and Spirit says the joy guides are here to help you unlock that imprisonment of maybe some of you were afraid to make a move on something. Maybe you were restricting yourselves from true happiness. I know people that won't be happy or move on because they lost a loved one, and they have in their mind that they shouldn't go on with their lives because that would be disloyal to the one that they loved and lost. And Spirit is saying, no, that's not the way. We go through our grieving period, but then we find that joy, and we have to look to that joy that's coming for us, right? That's here for us to open up our own lock, right? Take your key and unlock that space that you're in. I feel like Spirit wants to give us another message from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms guidebook. Oop. Okay, thank you. And so Spirit says the Keeper of the Scales is here to balance things out. Fairness comes your way. I'm telling you, something is going to be in your favor coming up. And I feel like for some of you, it could even be the end of this month. But I feel like it's in June, maybe July. But in those 2 months, something comes in that brings injustice, fairness for you. Something that you lost comes back, but not in the same way. Something that you lost is repaid to you, and then some. I know that it almost feels like a... Oops. Some of you that could have been waiting for inheritance, and maybe someone was against that or trying to slow it down for you. The divine has stepped in. It's time for you. It's time for justice, right? The well watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. The power of the divine is within you. And so God is saying, nobody can go against you in this, because this is balance and fairness needs to come in for you. And so whatever this was that you didn't receive, maybe promotion, maybe an inheritance, someone passed and left you something, but the family was fighting it, who knows? I'm just saying what I feel coming in. It could be that you were once wealthy and then something happened, or you were successful and something happened, and you've been kind of in this spiraling down further and further into kind of that why, and kind of not being able to get out of your own way. But Spirit is saying, guess what? It's coming in now, because it is time for justice for you. Part of this is about allowing your own inner truth to come forward, the miracles, the miraculous energy that you are, the beautiful, deserving person that you are. Maybe there is a situation where, like I said earlier, you're physically moving from one residence to another, excuse me. But a lot of you are making a change in some way or another, and you're going to be very surprised. I believe that very first card that we saw, paradigm shift, total paradigm shift, sometimes shock. I feel like a lot of you are going to be surprised with yourself. You're not going to recognize your ability to make a decision, a move, to actually, in some cases, sign a contract, right? Some kind of contract, legally binding contract, where that is right there, your confirmation that you are doing the right thing. Because without doubt, without fear, knowing that this is, because most of us don't sign something without being comfortable with it or researching it or whatever. But in this case, guys, you are moving into that truth, into that light, into that oneness with yourself, body, mind, spirit, that confidence, that Empress energy, that Queen energy. I am the queen of my world. I am the king of my world. I am that beautiful, graceful, powerful, anything I could ask for, energetic being, right? Having whatever you ask for, because you're the one giving yourself permission. You're the one giving the universe permission to go out and get it, right? And so that's what's happening here. I feel very much like this is not something that's going to wait until June or July of next year. I feel it's this year. I really do. What else, guys? I feel Ascended Masters here with us today. Some of us have a close relationship with our Ascended Masters. Personally, I feel the energy of Ascended Master Jesus a lot. And I was going to say Raylan. She's someone in my family. Kuan Yin. I feel the energy of Jesus and Kuan Yin a lot. Around me, within me. Sort of because I feel like it's because all of our guides, Ascended Masters, are about love. But I feel like there's a lot of that within me. Because I am always about balance, fairness, love, forgiveness. Thank you, guides. Our Ascended Masters. This one is Hina. I'm not familiar with Hina. I could look her up and see if I could find out who she is. But she comes in with the energy of freedom. And she says, trust this freedom that you're experiencing or you're about to experience. You might doubt at first that this is real or too good to be true. But guess what? It's not, because this is the energy that's been within you and been dormant for a while for some of you. Let me read to you what the description for Hina is. Walk away from restrictions and be free. You have the power and the right to change your life so that you can experience more freedom. This card signifies that your soul is crying out for more freedom, especially as it involves your life's purpose. Perhaps it's time to take a break so that you can think clearly about your desires and available options. The universe always supports the desire for expansion, creativity, and freedom. Say yes to freedom, and the universe will say yes to you. Wow. I'm going to read the additional messages for this card, which is what I felt as well. It's time to leave a situation that you've outgrown. What have I been talking about? People that are actually moving physically, but not just physically, maybe energetically detaching from someone. Question the validity of any rules that you've imposed on yourself. Allow the universe to support you while you make desired life changes. Be assertive and say no to anyone who's overstepping boundaries with you. Hina is a Polynesian and Hawaiian moon goddess who's considered so beautiful that no one can look directly at her. She felt compassion for the natives, so she threw pieces of the moon down to the islands to provide for the material needs. The pieces turned into banyan trees, which the natives pounded into tapas, cloth for use in clothing and commerce. Call upon Hina for issues involving fertility, attraction, and manifestation. See, guys, this is all, what I feel here is that this is something that your soul already knows. However, your bodies, your minds have not caught up to that. But this total rejuvenation, this total paradigm shift is here. It's upon you. And I feel that some of you feel it. This is going to trigger all kinds of open doors for you to explore, to move into a life purpose, a calling that you've been kind of feeling about and feeling into for a while. Okay? So I want to show you a couple cards that popped out. Paul the Venetian, artistic expression. This card is all about creating something that is important to you. Doing some creativity within yourself, within your path, within your life that opens the doors for you. Finally setting your soul free in a creative way, right? And follow your heart. And Spirit says, this is the key. That's the magic elixir. This is what it is. Follow your heart. Come out of the closet into your truth. Come into your truth. As positive change is here. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Let it go. Let it go. Trust in these changes. Trust in you. And finally, I'm hearing and seeing, drink more water. A practical message, but yet it's also a message about some of you need to be near water, in the water, around the water, because it's purifying for you. It's a purification. I feel like that is also about emotion. Drink more water. Allowing your emotions to come through, to be front and center if that needs to be, right? Drink more water. Allow your emotions to come through, because that is also part of release, of growth and movement. It feels like, yeah. It feels like your soul is saying, in order to be in more alignment, there is a health aspect here about water. Drinking more water to nourish your body, just as you're nourishing your soul, right? Are there any more messages, guides, before we close this out? Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to read from the Archangel Oracle cards. Thank you, guides. What do you have for us? Yeah. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. See, Spirit is saying your energy is very sensitive right now. But it's sensitive because it's sort of like your soul is introducing itself to you in a way that you have not known before. Like I said, that inner truth is coming forward. And so it's causing you to be extra sensitive. And that's why I believe that total paradigm shift, sometimes shock message, could be you feeling the intensity of this change and feeling extra sensitive about it, right? And so Spirit is saying, you're letting go of things. And that's why you're feeling sensitive. That's why you might be feeling drained. You might be feeling emotional, sad, happy, nervous maybe a little, but Spirit is saying, look it's time for you. It's time for you to come alive. You've been dormant too long, and it's time. And so your soul is sort of taking over here, okay? It's sort of like, move aside. Here we come. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's kick this off. And so your soul is you, okay? You are a miracle. You can create the path that you want. Yes, there are fated things. That's something different. Something fated happens for you. It does. That's the way it is. But for the most part, I believe our divine creator gave us the body, mind, spirit, the energy of confidence, wellness, love, wealthiness, right? Prosperity, abundance. Those are all such broad descriptions, but we embody all of those things. So why wouldn't we have a big part in what the universe brings our way? Guys, I've always said this, and I firmly believe this. We are all part of this vast universe. It is within us. So why wouldn't we receive the manifestations that we desire, right? I'm not going to go into the whole what you can and can't manifest thing, but I will tell you this. I've always firmly believed that you can pray for people or circumstances to change, but you cannot change the core of who they are. Manifesting someone to love you, or to, how do I say this? That everybody has to decide for themselves a decision they're going to make. Everybody feels how they feel. So if someone isn't meant for you, you can't change that. That's just not the way it works. However, for almost everything else, we have that ability, just like we have the ability to say, I'm not going to turn left today. I'm going to turn right today. I'm not taking that way to work today. I'm taking this way to work today. I'm not going to, whatever the case may be, I'm going to do this instead. If we could just believe within our heart and soul that we have the ability to change things in our life, imagine how blessed your life would be. It isn't all about material things. However, it is nice to have nice things. That all is in alignment with how you feel inside. I was talking to my person that I'm with right now, and we were talking about negativity, and I said, and money. Because he's always saying, oh, if we win the lottery and this and that, and we could have this, but, that may never happen. And I said, listen, I feel like we get into that place of belief where we don't believe we're worthy of having this money, this wealth, this beautiful blessings coming into our lives. I do believe that the wealth that you have has to match the value that you feel inside. Some of you could have had a lot of money at one point, and then now you don't. But it could be something that happened within you that shifted, and it caused you to not believe in yourself anymore, not believe in your abilities anymore, your skills, your talents. I will tell you this. I know that whenever I manifest something from the universe, I cry every time I receive it, because I realize I must have been in an energy when I manifested this of such gratitude and love and belief, right? To receive these things that I have manifested. I don't want to get into the whole thing of it would take us hours to talk about manifestation, but it all starts within. It is a learning process, sometimes an unlearning process, to unlearn what we learned in order to be our true selves and to find our truth. I am not my mother. I am not my father. I am not my sister. I am not my brother. I am me. I have my own path, my own self-belief, my own self-worth. And just because somebody else believes that you can't make it in this world doesn't make it so. How do you feel about yourself? I've learned so much along the way on this journey. I'm telling you, it has been an amazing discovery of me, who I am, of unlearning things that I learned that were not good for me, that caused me to be in traps of doubt and self-defeat, self-destruction, unworthiness. You know what? This is what I want to say to you. We love our families, but they are who they are. That doesn't make it so for you, okay? The sins of our fathers is not something we have to atone for. And I do believe that when we practice self-love, we find ourselves more and more drawn to the positive aspects of ourselves. We might look in the mirror and see ourselves differently. We might take it upon ourselves to live a healthier lifestyle, to change our eating, to practice being in gratitude, to practice giving and receiving, not just giving. It is all about you. It starts with you. You are a beautiful miracle. You are love. You are light. You want more money? Ask for it, but believe in yourself first. I see it kind of like a permanent shift in, for instance, if you're asking for money to get yourself out of a hole that you've dug yourself into. We don't want a temporary fix. We want a permanent fix. That means we have to permanently fix how we feel about ourselves, right? Because that temporary fix makes us feel good for a moment. Oh, okay, now I'm out of that. But there's still this. So you have to change everything from the inside out. And I'm going to try to work on helping others find how to do that, how to love yourself, how to grow. That's why I'm taking these courses in spiritual life coaching. And I'm so excited about it. This is something that I did. I manifested the money to pay for it. And this is because it's my true calling. It's something I truly believe in, guys. You have to truly believe in your heart and soul that you deserve these things, okay? Because behind that is a greater calling, a greater meaning that you have to discover within yourself. Is there any more messages, guys? Anything else? Sacred reading cards. Just one more message here from our sacred reading, from Spirit. I'll use these sacred reading cards. I feel like some of you are taking a trip soon, and that is probably pretty common for this time of year. People take trips in the summer coming up. But I feel like this is something maybe a little different for some of you. You could be scoping out a new residence, or maybe you go take a trip and you realize that's where you want to live. That something is calling you there, right? Look at this. Timing is critical. Celestial gatekeeper. Is that an eagle or a hawk? I can't tell. I have a hawk in my backyard that looks very similar to this. I zoomed in with my camera because he sits in my tree. He'll fly to my tree. And let me tell you, there's something that moves me when they make that noise. It's kind of like a screeching noise, kind of like, I don't know what they're doing. They're calling out or what they're doing, but it amazes me the grace that these birds have and just their ability to scope out things from a high distance, from a long distance, to scope out their prey, their food, right? They are amazing, beautiful, graceful beings. And so this card is really about celestial gatekeeper, right? The universe. Timing is crucial. What does it say? Crucial? Critical. So the timing to align your soul is now. And that total rejuvenation, that total rebirth is here for you guys, okay? Things are starting to shift and change. Your life is changing. Your circumstances are changing. And guess who's at the helm of that? You. You. Okay? For some reason, I'm reminded of that movie with Morgan Freeman and Jim Carrey, where Morgan Freeman plays God, and he asks Jim Carrey to take over for him for a little bit. And why can't I remember the name of the movie? It was a good movie. But Jim Carrey decides that he wants to cheat, and because all the prayers are coming in, so he's just trying to do a mass answering all the prayers with, he's not taking the time he needs, right, to do this properly. And Spirit is saying, your soul is crying out, right? You've been crying out for change. And so this divine timing is really the divineness within you that's saying now, 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 now. Because sometimes I feel like I can't go on in this life the way things are. I need change. Then take that key out of your back pocket and make that change for you in the energy of love. Okay? I believe that this is it for these messages for today. And I'm going to end that there in just one moment. But I do want us to take a moment to say thank you to Spirit, to just kind of breathe in and out and let that energy penetrate where it should. And to also let you know that I thank you for bearing with me when I share my paintings with you, as this one in the backdrop is here. It is my creativity that I love to share, and it is part of my healing and a beautiful part of my life that I want to share with you. Let's take a moment to breathe in and out, allowing the energy to move through you, allowing your love, my love, the energy of love from our guides to be with you now as you breathe in and out. Saying to yourself, I am one with the universe. I am one with my divine creator. I am one with success. I am one with blessings. I am one with manifestation. I am a miracle. Therefore, miracles reside within me. I deserve to have whatever I want. I have the right to be healthy, to be happy, to be loved, to give love, to receive love, to have more money. I deserve to live the best life I can live because I am the queen of my universe. Doesn't that feel good, guys? Positivity, positive affirmations within ourselves, to ourselves, for ourselves. It is with love and honor that I leave you with this message. Until next time, namaste.